Alright, hello everybody, and welcome to my meta watch list for Celestial Guardians. This came out pretty late. That's what having a job does to someone, I guess. But let's get started. Let's look through what we got. So, little warning beforehand, I am still kinda dumb. I thought Giratina EX would not be good, and it was very good. It was a little too good, in fact. Let's hope that I don't make that mistake again with any of these cards. So, first off, we got Rare Candy. This is probably going to shake up the entire meta. Stage 2 Mons could pop up on the field a lot quicker now. And it's an item card. You can use it multiple times in a turn. And this entire expansion is themed around Stage 2 Mons with, as we'll see, so there's no way Rare Candy doesn't get any usage. Interesting to note, it does work with fossil Pokemon, so like Rampardos can get on the field like really quickly and deal massive amounts of damage. There's really just a lot of cards that this will buff. So much that I can make an entire video just talking about that. One thing that it probably won't buff is Gengar EX. I'm a hater. It will not be relevant. It will never be relevant. So first, let's talk about like the Gen 7 legendaries. Solgaleo EX is pretty interesting to me. Its ability makes it so that you can switch into Solgaleo for free, and it only needs 2 steel energy. So it pairs really well with Dialga, which can just give 2 energy to Solgaleo, then you free switch into Solgaleo and just deal massive amounts of damage in the early game. It is really bulky with base 180 health, which is tied with a whole bunch of other stage 2 EXs for second place. One thing to note though, its bulk is betrayed by the recoil it has in its only attack. It's only 10 recoil, but I still think that's notable. And with it dealing 120 damage, it's not going to be hitting as hard as other EXs in the late game. But overall, I think this is still going to be a really strong option. Just mainly because of its synergy with Dialga and the amount of damage it could do if you manage to get it up fast enough. Now, the other Gen 7 legendary, we got Lunala EX. Its ability lets you transfer energy from any of your bench Psychic Mons to the active Mon. It only does once per turn, so it funnels energy less than the mythical island Vaporeon. But one thing it has over Vaporeon is that the active Mon could be any type. So if you have like a colorless Mon in the active, you will be able to use this ability to give it any energy. It has the same health stat as Solgaleo, but doesn't have the recoil, so Lunala will be really bulky. And it will probably have good synergy with Giratina EX, because Giratina EX just generates energy, and then you can just slap that energy on a different Mon. Or you could just give Giratina energy from another Mon, because Giratina does need a lot of energy. It could also synergize well with Mewtwo EX. I'm a little less confident about this, but there is still a pretty high chance, and I wouldn't be shocked if Mewtwo EX sees a resurgence because of Lunala. One thing to note is that its damage output is even worse than Solgaleo's, 3 energy for 100 damage. It's the same as Gengar EX. So overall, Lunala is not really going to be is not going to be used for hitting that much. It's mainly just going to be used for its utility with the ability, and maybe also to just take some hits if necessary. Now, this is my favorite out of the ones that are revealed so far. Alolan Raichu EX looks really fun. It's a Stage 1 EX with a similar concept to Gallade EX, where it will deal more damage the more energy the opponent has. It needs 3 energy, but it can easily outdamage Gallade EX. And the most interesting part is that it only needs colorless energy. You can slap Alolan Raichu on any deck. It's really flexible in that way. And one thing to note is that against low energy mons like Solgaleo EX or the before mentioned Rampardos, it is not going to be doing that much damage. So you do got to keep that in mind. But against like high energy mons like Giratina EX, Alolan Raichu can just outright one-shot some of them. Now this one's a surprise. For the half anniversary, we are getting a promo Rayquaza EX. It's a basic EX as expected with a potential to do 160 damage. It works in the same way as Dragonite and Wugju EX, where it has 40 damage and it hits 4 times to random mons. Unlike Dragonite and Wugju, it's colorless. You can use it on any deck, but it has a really high energy cost at 4. I This might be the first promo EX to actually see some use, but I am still a little skeptical about it. But I mean, hey, it's Rayquaza. I hope it's good. And now let's get started with the first supporter card within this expansion. We have Lily, which heals 60 damage from stage 2 mons, which is the highest amount of healing we've ever had from a single card. And with Rare Candy being a new card, stage 2 mons will definitely be relevant. So Lily will also have usage, especially since Solgaleo and Lunala are so bulky. The only downside I could think of is that if you brick and aren't able to get that stage 2, Lily is just not usable at all. But honestly, I think Lily will be really usable. Might be a little bit of a struggle to fit it onto a deck since, you gotta have the stage 2 mons as well and all the other essential cards, but Lily will definitely see some use. Now, so other notable cards, Ilma is a Koga for colorless mons. So that Koga is already a really good card, especially when paired with Wheezing. So I'd be surprised if Ilma doesn't see any use at all. I can absolutely see it getting some use. Being able to prevent KOs is always a really strong option. Even if it does like sacrifice your energy, it's more than worth it. Alolan Marowak looks really interesting to me. It has really strong damage potential, even though it's only a stage 1 non-EX. It's 2 coin flips, 70 damage for each heads, and it burns if you get at least 1 head, which is 75% of the time. That's really good. And it does have a dedicated energy accelerated in Kiawe, which gives 2 energy in exchange for ending your turn. The Alolan Marowak will be unreliable since there's always the chance you just do 0 damage, but it could see some potential use. I'm not too sure, but it could see some use. Oricorio Senzu is definitely interesting. It's really similar to Marshadow, where it doesn't do much damage unless one of your cards was KO'd within the last turn, in which case its damage skyrockets for the turn. It only needs 1 energy, but it only does 80 damage. It might be able to see some use to just like revenge kill some weakened mons, but I think it's not going to be as good as Marshadow, but it could see some use. Who knows? We'll see. And there's a whole bunch of other supporter cards, but they're all themed around Pokemon we haven't seen yet. So it's really hard to determine whether to be good because, like, Lana looks really good. It's just, you can force in any Mon in if you have Araquanid on your active spot. But who knows if Araquanid would even be good? We won't know until they either reveal it or until the set just comes out. So some other notable stuff in speculation. With the aforementioned supporter cards, there was a whole bunch of Mons confirmed. I'm really hoping Vikavolt is good. I love Vikavolt. It's so cool. I want it to be good so badly. Please. But there's a whole bunch of other stuff. Like, it was Alolan Vulpix and Alolan Meowth in the trailer, so Alolan Ninetales and Persian are definitely confirmed. There's the other 2 Oricorio forms we haven't seen, but we're most definitely getting them. And of course, they showed the Alola starters, so we're definitely getting the evolutions. But one thing to note about the Alolan starters is that there was 2 versions of the basic starters. And I believe there's going to be one of each for the Solgaleo pack, and then one of each for the Lunala pack. So we will have 2 Incineroars, 2 Primarinas, 2 Decidueyes. Now the question is, which ones will be EXs? Will we have an EX for each one, or not? My speculation is that we'll have 1 EX in Solgaleo, 1 in Lunala, and then they'll save the 3rd one either for A3A or just another set in general. My prediction, Incineroar EX for Solgaleo, Decidueye EX for Lunala, and Primarina just gets shafted. And immersive supporters are a thing now with the introduction of Lily. And I do believe we're going to see another immersive supporter, because I think Lily will be in Solgaleo. it has a whole sun theming, and a lot of this expansion is themed around the sun and moon because it's Gen 7 sun and moon. So I do think we're going to get another immersive supporter, which will have a moon theming. My guess is Gladian. I do think Lucimine's also a possibility. And while it probably won't happen, your boy Guzma, I love Guzma. I hope he shows up somehow. Maybe in A3A, who knows. And this entire set expansion in general is definitely going to be themed around Stage 2. We have Lily, Rare Candy. The two main mons for this set are Stage 2. So Stage 2 maybe end up running the meta, which honestly, I'm fine with that. I am tired of basic EXs. Like, get Giratina out of there, get Arceus out of there. I'm tired. I don't want to see them anymore. And I guess since this is Sun and Moon, I do wonder what we could get for A3A. It could be Necrozma. It could also just be Ultra Beasts, or maybe they just do something completely different. Who knows? You can never tell uh, with Dina. And with everything, thank you very much for watching. I do need to upload more. I kind of just haven't been paying attention to this channel for almost a month, and I do want to upload more, so I don't know, maybe I'll just make a video talking about what mons can get buffed by Rare Candy, because Rare Candy is just the most notable card that we've seen. So, thank you very much for watching. I'll see ya.